Welcome to Kathy's Eclectic Garden. I'm Kathy and I garden in 6A in Northwest Ohio. It's October the 9th and my garden is starting to look pretty tired. Except for my clematis. This is a General Sikorsky and I cut it back a month ago and now it's in full bloom again. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about Heath Aster and Hairy Aster. We'll be right back. There are over 100 species of asters and they're mostly perennial with a few that flower annually. All are native to the Americas. Today we're looking at two varieties of flowers in the Heath Aster genus. Both are growing throughout my garden and yard. Aster ericoides is commonly called Heath Aster or white Heath Aster. The Heath Aster has slightly hairy stems as shown in this video clip. Aster pielosum is the hairy aster. It's also called old-field aster or frost aster. And in this clip, we see the hairy aster has extremely hairy stems. Other than that, the two varieties look almost identical. Plants or seeds can be purchased online or at a nursery. They're easily propagated from seed, soft stem cuttings, transplants, or division. Sometimes they are found in wildflower seed mixes. They grow wild in my yard. Asters will self-seed readily and also spread by rhizomes. In my yard, Heath Asters seem to prefer growing very near other plants and shrubs. Here, a large drift of Heath Aster is growing on the south side and underneath my golden tower elderberry bush. Watch closely and you can see various pollinating insects buzzing around this plant. And I just recently noticed this Heath Aster trying to take up residence in my limelight hydrangea. Fortunately, they pull out fairly easy. It has since been removed. Here we see Heath Aster that is going to seed. Bloom time is in August, September, and October. It is a herbaceous, clump-forming perennial that thrives in poor, dry, sandy, rocky soils and can be aggressive in rich soils. Mine is growing quite well in clay. In full sun, it can get 3 to 4 feet tall. I cut mine back by half when it reaches 2 feet until early August. This year, it was cut back twice. Hardy in zones 3 to 9, it attracts birds, butterflies, and pollinators. It is the host plant for silvery checker spot and pearl crescent butterflies and the wavy-lined emerald moth. In my garden, unlike the Heath Aster that likes to grow up through other plants, the hairy aster likes to pop up all over the lawn. Characteristics of the hairy aster are very similar to those of the Heath Aster. Hardy in zones 4 to 8, in ideal conditions it can grow to 5 feet tall. Hairy asters can tolerate most any soil type, sun to part shade, and prefer medium moist to dry locations. It's an excellent nectar and pollen source for dozens of species of bees, butterflies, wasps, flies, and other pollinators. The seeds are eaten by mice, grouse, turkey, and sparrows. Young foliage is browsed by deer and rabbits, so you may want to cage or cover it in spring. With that said, I've never had any issue with rabbits eating it, and we don't have deer since we live in town. Hairy aster is probably one of the showiest of all the asters, with its numerous small white daisy-like flowers that can really give your garden a splash of white when most of your other flowers have died back. I will close with this ground level view of my hairy aster growing in the yard. You can see it is only about 6 to 9 inches tall. Here's why. This plant was mowed over numerous times over the summer because I didn't even realize it was there. With the coming of fall and no rain, the lawn wasn't getting mowed. This tough little plant took advantage and began to grow rapidly to the point of blooming before the lawn needed to be mowed again. Asters will die back to the ground over winter. I cut mine back to the ground before the seeds turn to fluff to hinder self-seeding. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.